Well, we are back. In case you're wondering where I've been or why I haven't been uploading lately, I did test positive for the virus, and although my symptoms were pretty mild, I just decided to hit pause on things and just take some time for myself to recover. Now I still can't taste or smell anything, but I was feeling well enough to shoot this video today. Now my wife Katie, she got tested as well. Hers came back negative, but she had the same symptoms that I did like a week before I did. So I guess they were saying it's possible that she already had it and had recovered by the time we got our test done. But anyway, it's looking like we're both gonna pull through, thankfully. Now it's just a matter of keeping some distance between us and our friends and family until we're both 100% better. But today we've got an exhaust to install provided by Kies Motorsports.com. Of course, we have the AWE exhaust and mid-pipe. I'm really excited to put these in and finally feeling better enough to actually do the work. So let's do it. So the exhaust and the mid-pipe are sold separately, and I would assume for most people, whether you're on a budget or maybe just want to change up the sound a little bit, a lot of people will probably just buy the muffler, which is fine. The big difference though in installation is that your stock exhaust is like one giant welded piece like all the way across the car. So if you're just going to change the muffler, you actually have to cut the old one off. Might be intimidating for some people, definitely one of those, you know, measure twice, cut once type of deals. But if you're getting the mid-pipe actually does bolt on at the front. So theoretically it should be a little bit easier to just swap everything out at once. So I would say if you're planning to get the mid-pipe at some point, I would just save up and get it all together like this. Might make the installation a little bit easier. Now, if there was ever a job for a lift, this would definitely be it. But honestly, sometimes with YouTube, I think it's good to show things being done with like the most basic tools. That way, if someone wants to do this at home, you kind of get an idea of what to expect and what it's going to be like. So I've got the back of the car jacked up right now. I'm going to go ahead and start taking out the stock exhaust. So I'm a little bit nervous because when I was talking to Brian about the scope of this project, he was saying that sometimes the factory mid-pipe doesn't like to separate from the downpipe depending on like the mileage and the age of the vehicle. Sometimes it can be a struggle, so we'll see how that goes. I'm smiling right now, but we'll check back in about a half hour and see how things are going. So on my B58 F30 to find where the mid-pipe and downpipe connect, if you look at this crease on the front door on the passenger side, it's going to be about 2 feet in from right there. There's going to be two 13mm nuts. You're just going to need a deep well socket to get those off. Alright, so now looking at the dead center of the car where the door ends, right in the middle there's going to be a plate that kind of supports the exhaust, and there are 6 T45 bolts. We'll go ahead and take those out really quick. Alright, so working our way right along to the back now. On the inside of the muffler, and I think this is on all F30s, it's got this electronic valve that can either open or close depending on what driving mode that you're in. Now the new AWE muffler actually doesn't use that valve, so once we get to installing that portion, I'll show you what to actually do with it, but for right now we just have to unplug the harness. Alright, so my least favorite part of working on exhaust is trying to get those rubber bushings off the hangers. Now luckily on this car, the actual metal hangers themselves are just bolted in. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unbolt the actual hanger, and then once the whole exhaust is out of the car, I'll have a lot more room and more leverage to kind of wiggle those bushings off. So that's where we're at right now. Alright guys, well at this point everything is unbolted and unclamped. The only thing left now is just getting that mid-pipe free from the downpipe. This is that part that Brian was talking about, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so that just came off super easy. Brian had me all worked up for nothing, but apparently they don't normally come out that easily, so I'm just really happy that that was not as hard as I thought it would be. But now we can go ahead and start putting the new one in. Alright, so like I was explaining at the beginning of the video, your factory exhaust is just this one giant welded piece. So like I said, if you were just to replace the muffler, you would actually have to cut the old one off. As you can see, there's no clamps or connections. It's just one solid piece, so you'd have to make a cut here and then clamp the new one on. But because we're doing the muffler and the mid-pipe at the same time, we're able to just replace this whole thing at once. Now, like I was saying with those rubber bushings, inside the car they're kind of in a tight spot and they're not so easy to access. But because we were able to take the entire hinge completely out of the car, now we have like an infinite amount of room to get some tools in there and try to wiggle that part off. So I'm pretty sure they have a tool like specifically for taking these off, but because I'm in self-quarantine right now, I can't really go to the store, so I'm going to work with what I've got. Got some liquid wrench, some pliers, and a very, very small flathead screwdriver. So let's try to get these off. Nice. So the last thing that we need to grab here off the stock exhaust is the valve. Now, like I was saying, the new one doesn't actually use this, but it does have a place to mount it. That way you can keep it plugged in. There's no doubt that there'd be some kind of weird error code if you just left it unplugged. But it does have a place to mount it. It just doesn't actually have the valve itself that goes into the exhaust, so just got a place to rest this guy on. So your new exhaust is going to come with this little postcard. All you have to do is scan the QR code with your phone, and then it's just going to ask you to open that tab in Safari. And then that's how you find the instructions. So once you've got your instructions, it's really not too hard to piece it together. Each one of these pieces is labeled with a letter, and that'll correspond with the instructions. And then you can also kind of build it side by side with your factory one, and they should end up being about the same shape. Now, because I don't have a lift and I'm just doing this by myself, I'm actually going to put it in one piece at a time, and I'll put the clamps in, but I'll wait until the whole thing is installed to tighten up the clamps. So we'll start with the front. We'll just put these in one at a time. Alright, so at this point, really all that's left is just going back through and tightening up all those clamps, and then the finishing touch is going to be, of course, those black exhaust tips. Are going to look awesome, so let's get this done. Alright, so that about wraps it up. All that's left is to lower it down off these jack stands, and we'll start it up. Alright, so just cruising around town here, I'm honestly really impressed because for how loud it is outside the car, in here it's actually surprisingly quiet. I know a lot of that has to do with the F30 generation having really excellent sound deadening, which really comes in handy with this exhaust. But honestly, like just driving around here in sport mode, unless you really get on it, you can't hardly tell that the exhaust has been changed, at least from inside the car. Now outside it sounds insane, but in here, honestly, you could do this easily for a daily driver. Sounds so good. Now, like I was saying, the sound insulation makes a huge difference because my wife's car, you know, it's just loud all the time. It's loud outside the car, it's loud inside the car. It kind of wears on you on longer trips, but this, honestly, it's just the right amount of everything. And I think that this is perfect, even if this is your daily driver. Maybe you're hesitant to put an exhaust on it because you're worried about the sound. This is just awesome. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a proper exhaust video if we didn't do a little tunnel run, so that's where I'm heading right now. There's a tunnel in downtown Port Huron. We're gonna head that way and see how it sounds in there. Wow. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, the links for the exhaust will be down in the description if you guys want to check those out. And again, huge thank you to kiesmotorsports.com for sending this exhaust to me. They've really been hooking up a lot of the projects lately. And I want to say thank you to you guys for just being patient and sticking around. I hate going long periods of time without uploading because I'm afraid like people will forget about me or something, but considering everything that's going on right now, I figured I'd better be safe than sorry and just take some time to relax and recover. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video.